Hello, boys and girls. Today I finished Hogwarts Legacy, and I thought it's no better a time to do a part 2 to my original review, where I had only played maybe an hour and a half of the game, let's say. Now I've played many hours of the game, like let's say 10 or 12 to finish the whole game. And I want to share my thoughts with my faithful watchers at home. So I should say, I do have an opinion on this game that has remained the same. It's improved, I should say. Originally, I thought it was I would say, very good, but now I would say it's definitely a great game. Albeit it has flaws, which I'll get to, but I thought it was great and I really enjoyed playing it, and I'll give you my reasons why. So let's start out from the top with the bread and butter maybe of the game, which is the combat. It was really fun. The combat is just fantastic. I mean, especially in the later levels with a lot of the bosses and stuff like that. Really great, super intense. My heart was beating super fast in that last finale, especially because I didn't have any potions and it was extremely difficult to beat the last boss with no healing. But I did it, and kind of made it a little more epic for me, so I guess it was a blessing in disguise. Alright. So combat is great. Let's get on to story. I thought the story, it was a little slow to get started. It was kind of mundane at the beginning half of it, I would say, but the latter half and the last quarter of the main story was really good. It really heated up at the end there. But I would say my favorite storyline was that with Sebastian, who I thought was the most compelling character, and I liked him a lot. I felt quite bad for him at the end, and I relate to him, and I find him to be a kindred spirit, so I quite enjoyed doing quests with him. Let's talk about other things about the game. I guess I should talk more about the Sebastian story. I thought that story was the most well developed, although it wasn't the most grand. I thought more than the main story, you had more clearly defined and simple to understand stakes. I can very easily get a brother trying to save his sister that he loves very much from this sickness or sadness she has, and trying to do all he can. And I like how it sort of turns tragic, where he starts to make mistakes, although his intentions are good, but he's ultimately ruins his relationship with his sister. It was pretty sad, and just really compelling, and the voice actor was great. And I should say, all the voice actors were really good in this game. Graphics, great. Mechanics, really nice. I love to fly on my broom. Got a lot of upgrades. Some problems with the game, I would say, with the mechanics. Maybe loot could be a bit better. I found it to be a little scarce at times. At the end, it started to get better. Other things, I think this is a problem with the game. In my opinion, the joy of the Harry Potter movies would be the friendship between Harry, Ron, and Hermione. So I don't know why they didn't make it so you could have a follower, let's say in an Elder Scrolls game like Skyrim. It would be way more fun to quest with Sebastian and or whoever you want to pick, and go through the main story with him or whatever. And I think this leaves them with an opportunity to make a DLC with a less intense story maybe, more focused, but like with one or two friends, like let's say Sebastian, and I don't know, I didn't really care for any of the characters other than him, the side characters. Maybe they'll make another one. Or maybe they could do, I thought the Weasley character should have been a friend just because of Ron. I thought it would be cool to see more of him, but nah, didn't really get much. This game had some really awesome moments, like back to the Sebastian story, like the part where you have to choose to cast an like an Imperious Curse on Ominous, and there's like some other choices you can have, and like there's all these conundrums whether you should betray Sebastian or not. They were super, super intense. Then when he kills his uncle, like, I don't know, I was kind of conflicted about that because I think, I don't know, I felt like the uncle was unnecessarily cruel. I don't really feel like he wasn't even trying to help Anne at all. And he was kind of being unfair, and he flat out attacked Sebastian at the end, so yes, maybe he used an unforgivable curse, but like, I mean, it was bad, but I'm just saying, like, it was sort of in self-defense. He was attacked. And then, like, the uncle tries to, like, separate sister from brother, which I don't really know if that's... I don't like that at all. I don't like that with anybody. But, yeah. Another thing that was really good, I thought, spoiler, of course, but I've already spoiled it a bit. The death of Professor Fig was kind of sad. I didn't realize he died because the character didn't really react, I don't think, or maybe I missed it, but something fell on him, and then later it's sort of revealed he dies, or perhaps it was revealed in the moment and I missed it. But that was a killer. I like that guy. Also, the finale was pretty epic with all the professors like coming in and kicking ass. It was kind of like the end battle of Hogwarts at Deathly Hallows Part 2, which is also super epic. And that's what I like about this game. It, like, you know, it sort of made like little references to the movies, but it definitely was like nothing like them. I like that Professor Sharp guy because he's like kind of like a Snape character. I don't know, he was kind of funny. But yeah, what else do I have to say about this game? Let me think. What could this game do better? It could definitely do things like I said, like having followers, which I went over. Maybe another thing it could do better is some of the side quests can be kind of boring, I will say, definitely. But other than that, I think that pretty much summarizes my review. I thought it was a great game. It has flaws, but the story definitely picks up, and if you're willing to invest some time in it, you'll get some really compelling storylines, especially with Sebastian there. I just think that they should make a DLC and make it more along the lines of the Sebastian story, a little less grandiose, and a little more grounded and human, and, you know, either sad or horrifying, something like that. Yeah. Oh, you know, I should say another character was pretty good, was Ominous. I enjoyed the quest with him, although I was pretty pissed because he's always like eavesdropping on your and Sebastian conversations. But I thought he was kind of cool at the end. I liked his reluctance to use the dark magic. It was kind of, there was a, oh yeah, you know, that's what I should say. The central theme of this movie is like, this game. See, I'm so used to doing movies. central theme of this game, which I thought was actually pretty cool. They did a central theme throughout the whole game. You could see this was like people trying to control nature, people trying to control like human emotion, or like constructing, I don't know, trying to like deconstruct humanity, sort of. Like you saw that with the Professor Isadora, who was trying to like take sadness away from people, but then she also just took all their emotion and just kind of left them like dead inside. Then you see it with Sebastian, who like really tries to save his sister from quite a lot of physical and emotional pain, but is ultimately, everything kind of goes wrong. And I like there was also balance to it at the end. Like, although I did support Sebastian and I like understand what he was doing, like, you know, you don't say that the uncle had no point. I mean, like, you know, there was some sympathy there with me for him, and I think if you sided with the uncle, you'd feel the same about Sebastian. I liked the balance, so I definitely liked that central theme throughout. But, you know, without further ado, I think I will conclude this little review, unscripted, totally. I'm sure you could tell it wasn't that great, but yeah, I really loved it, and I had a great time playing it, and I wish I could talk about it with someone, but it can't. But yeah, I'll have another review for you soon, because I'm with you to the end of the line.